Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Uh, Previously, I showed you how to create a Power App with image detection using custom vision. So now we are going to further implement it so that I would turn this simple image classification app to incident reporting app. So what does this app do? The app would simply use the custom vision model, so people would go around everywhere. So currently I'm using this incident reporting thing as a garbage reporting thing, so that people who are going around the streets might see some garbage and they would like to report it to the government or to any office, to the cleaning officials. So they would just click the photo and report it, and the data would be stored on the officer's side, so that when the officer opens his mobile and checks the app, he would see, okay, there are garbage reported at these locations. So he could like go to the locations or tell anyone to go and clean the server. So I'm just going to show you how to make this app in simple ways and within 20 minutes. Okay, so let's get started. So first go to let's look into our model. Sorry for that. Okay, so if you go to sign in, let's sign into our custom visions project. So currently, in order to like simplify the process, in order to not lengthy the video, I have already trained a model in the custom vision, in which I added nearly 600 of images of trash and 1000 images of human faces. So this model could differ between what is a trash and what is not trash. So if you see here, I did publish the app. It has its publish ID, it has a publishing key, prediction key, and everything. So we'll use this app in order to use our Power App. Okay, so in order to get started, let's go to make.powerapps. Okay, so once you have reached this, click on canvas app from blank. So we'll create a new app. So change the layer to format, and let's say garbage detection, let's say garbage incident reporting. There you go, and you create. So this will create a new app in your Power Apps account. The only thing that is required is a active Azure subscription, and your life is easy. So I'm also going to demonstrate how less of code you need to achieve this thing, because normally machine learning projects take so much length of code and everything. So, and in this you need just few minutes. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create an end-to-end solution. So this is the basic layout of the app. I'll just change it to dark theme because I love dark theme. Okay, so let's for the starting, let's create two buttons here, in which one would be for the user and the other would be for the official person. So let's create two buttons. There you go. Let's name it as officer, and let's rename the screen as the main screen. There you go. So if someone clicks the button, it will user. So now click here, new screen, and go to blank, and then let's for the starting one. Okay, so before we do this, let's connect this model to our custom vision model. Okay, so go to back here and click here, data source, and search for custom vision. So you can see there's a custom vision connector here. So just click add a connection. It would ask you the prediction ID. So the prediction ID will be available in the prediction resource. Copy this ID, copy, go back here and paste here, and I have pasted the prediction ID here. And for the site URL, if you go here and copy this, go back here and paste here. So this is done, and click connect. So it should take time. Okay, now as it's done, now you're fully able to use the custom vision model in your app. Okay, so let's do one thing. We'll create a live input and a button input. Let's do one thing. I'll keep the live input for the side. You can do that. I'll do one thing. I'll just keep the add image thing. So once it is added here, so the image once you upload would be called as uploaded image 1. So we'll put a button here and let's name it as scan, and what will it do? It would just scan this image and show the result. Okay, so now you need to like code this, like what like we know that we need to like scan the image, but how we will say to the Power Apps. So if you go to the on select feature here and write clear collect, I'll show you, I'll tell you why we are using this exact function later. Okay, so we need to name a collection. So let's say it has image collection. Okay, then the item would be custom vision, and we'll use the version 2 of classify image, and it's asking for the project ID. Okay, so in order to get the project ID, go to settings, and the project ID would be easily available here. Just copy it and go back here, paste the project vision ID here and project ID, and if it's asking for the publisher name, so let's go back here and click the publisher. And I'm going pretty fast because I have already done a tutorial on this side. So if you want to like go in detailed way, I have already uploaded a video for it. So next, and it's asking for the file. Okay, so I did told you that the file which will be uploaded here would be called as uploaded image1. So let's name it as uploaded image1. There you go. What we need the predictions, so just predictions, and there you go. So now this button is programmed in a way that it, like once you click it, it would scan this image, it would call the custom vision API and everything. So you did the detection, and now where would you show the predictions? Okay, so for that you need to go here, gallery, click vertical, and you'll get a data, and it will ask for data source. So we did create, if you remember, we did name this as image collection, so we'll just click image collection, and there you go. And for now, let's bring it down here, and let's click image and title and change to title and subtitle. Oh, there you go. So once you drop down here, it will show that title and subtitle. So if you click for the title, let's keep it as this item dot tag name, so it will show the tag name that it has detected. And for the subtitle, let's do something like this item dot tag. Let's for now for this one, let's keep it as for this one we'll just keep it like so that in order we would get the predictions of it. So hold on, let me just think it off. Hold on. Hold on, just give me a second. Okay, so I did copy it because I know I rather forget. So here you go. So this item dot probability, I would multiply into 100 and shorten it by 2 decimal parts and round it off. Okay, so this is the formula. So now you'll see there's a 0% here. There you go. And so now if you add an image for the showcase, let's do one thing. We'll copy an image from my laptop and then do the detection here. Okay, sounds great. Okay, so I have an image. I'll just show you. Hold on, let me just copy it to my documents folder. Just bear me a second. Okay, so we have, so if we run our Power App, if you click to add image, and if I go to pictures and hold on, let me just bring it up. There you go. So this is a trash image that I found it. So if I open it and click scan, so it should like send image, and there you go, it shows here 100% trash. So we got success in the model. The model is currently connecting good. And okay, so now as this is done, now the second thing is we need to send the coordinates also. So how can we send the coordinates there? For that we might be needing a help regarding so first we need to add the Bing map source. So for the Bing map, I'll show you how to do that. So if you go to the data sources, and if you search for Bing, so you will get a data source called Bing map, and you can add the connection here. So it's asking for a Bing Maps API key. You can easily get if you search on Google for the Bing Map API key, you would easily get it. For now, I'll just copy it from my local machine. Hold on, let me just fetch it. Okay, so now I got the hand of the API key, so I'll just paste it here. So I did paste my API Bing Map API key, and let's click connect. So no time we got the Bing Map thing. Okay, so we now even have the Bing Maps connected to it. So the only thing we need is to connect the database. We do have a collection, but we don't have the database for our lateral longitudes. So I have my OneDrive open here. So let me just create a new Excel sheet. We'll just create a new Excel sheet and create a table in here. So we'll also rename it. We'll also rename it. So let me type here latitude and longitude. Longitude. There you go. So once you select and don't forget to make this as in a format of table, and make sure you select this my table as headers. Okay, so there you go. Now your table is created. So just close this, and where is it? And let's rename it as location database. So now we have our Excel sheet name as location database. So if we go back to our Power Apps, and let's also search the data source for OneDrive. So currently, as a student partner, we have OneDrive for business. So if you are using a local account, make sure you select this, not this. For as I'm a student partner, I have the account for this. So I'll just click here, and let's click add connection. Let's click connect. So this will connect to your the sign in account of your OneDrive. So make sure it is the same account that you do it. So it's scanning my whole OneDrive to detect it. There you go, it found me. So we did create a location database here. So let's click here, and it's finding the tables that we created. So for now I just created a single table, so it should find, there you go, it found a single table, and let's connect it. So now you even have your maps integrator, you have your table integrator. So let's start doing, let's add a button here, and this button would add your location to the database. So let's name it as send data. And for the on select feature, we'll use the patch function of the OneDrive. So if you type patch, and the table name, the source is the table name. So our table is currently table 1, so we'll use table 1 and comma default. Yes, we need to use defaults. Then again table 1, bracket close. Then and we need to insert the values to the tables. So first you need to do this this curly braces, and then there you go, it automatically is go to the table, and click this. And in order to get location in your Power Apps, you need to just use location dot latitude in order to get the latitude of your location, and then close the curly braces, and then click comma, and then again add curly braces, so that longitude will pop up, and location dot longitude. There you go, close the bracket and close it completely. So now this button is function that when it's clicked, it would add the location in our database. In order to see, let's do one thing. We'll just click here, and let's see if it's adding the thing in our database. So currently it did send it. So let's see if it added something or not. There's a location database. So if I click this, let's see whether it added my thing or not. So there you go, it found my latitude and longitude, and it added back into database. Okay, so now we have so let me just delete this so that we would have no clashes in here. Okay, so now we have the database working. So the reporting side is currently good to go. So now we can get the report and everything, and we also don't forget to name it as user screen. Okay, so now as the user screen is done, just make a back button here. Let's make a back button and let's name it as back, and let's keep it as navigate to the main screen. So if you click this button, it will just navigate to the previous screen. Okay, so now let's click new, and this would be the officer screen. So when the officer would click here, it would redirect to this. So what would an officer need? What's the need to, like, he needs to check the map console. So we'll add the map console and database and everything here. In order to start doing, just use the image button here, and here it will show the image of the map that it fetched. Okay, so let me show you how it's done. So first we'll just for now we'll just put a sample image, because we still need to, like, fetch the databases and everything. Okay, so we'll just add a data table. If you click data table, it would ask, like, where to fetch the data from. So we need to fetch the data from the Excel sheet we have. So we'll click table 1 here, and it's asking choose the fields you want to add. So we'll just click add field here and select both of them so that both will show up. So there you go. So it's showing the previous data which we kept. Okay, so we have this configure. So let's do one thing. So let's make one thing. So it may be some cases like there are multiple of them, and we need to see, like, which one is selected. So I'll also put a text input in which we'll do something like that. So this data table's name is data table 1. So the hint text would be latitude. So if nothing's there, so if the database is empty, it will always show that, like, it should be latitude. And for the default thing, we'll just click as value data table 1 and selected latitude. There you go. So it will fetch this. So currently there is only one input, so it would select this one, and we'll do the same, and we'll do the same for the I clicked the button thing. We'll do the same for the longitude. So if I go down here a little bit and change the hint text to longitude, and then paste it here, and longitude. There you go. So now it automatically shows the. Let's bring the table down a little bit. Okay, it's not going. Let's bring it down. There you go. Now you can see clearly. Okay. So we'll do one thing. So once you are selected, so once you select multiple, or once it will automatically change. So we'll do one thing. So for this, we'll fetch from here. So in order to fetch that, we'll do something like. So we need to fetch from the Bing map, right? So we'll do like Bing maps, get map, don't forget, get map version 2, and it would ask, like, there are so many things you can do. So we need a satellite image of the location. So we'll click as aerial, and then the zoom level. So you can so we can keep the zoom integer level from 0 to 21, 0 being the farthest and 21 being the nearest. So we'll take something like 18 and copy. So it's asking where to fetch the latitude from. So we did input a latitude here. So we'll just do something like even we can put the same formula we did previously, like data table 1 dot selected dot latitude. We can also do that, or we can also fetch from here. So for now we'll fetch from here. So how can we do that? We need to just input has. So what's the name of this? It's called text input 1. So we'll go back here and let's type it, text input 1, comma, text input, the longitude will be text input 2, and to close the bracket, it should automatically pop up in some time. There you go. So it's exactly showing the place of the latitude. And the one thing that I want to show, like, if you reduce the number, like I reduce from 18 to 15, the image would eventually zoom out. So the 0 being the farthest, if you click here 0, it would be like the whole world would show up, and it's probably not the best use case, I would say. Well, it's not loading, I don't know. If I click one here, it should load up maybe. There you go. So now it's showing the whole world. Okay, so currently this the laptop I'm using is based in Mumbai, so it's entering Mumbai. So for now, let's keep it as 18, so it's the best thing. So you can add images, and let's keep here. Let's put the button back here. If I go to button back here, let's click back. There you go. Now it goes now. Okay, so if I click back here, and it would navigate me to the home screen. So navigate main screen. There you go. So now in order to like let the app know that like at the start you need to display this. So let's see, I did. Okay, so I still needed to like map this thing. So navigate to user screen. So this is a basic app that I wanted to create. You can even add like complex functions and everything. I'll just show. I did create an app which has password protection for the officer side. It also has it could also we could directly edit instead of going to the like the OneDrive and selecting this, and we can also like directly edit the database from my mobile. So we can so I'll also show the demo for it, so stay tuned for that. And okay, so now we're done. So so for doing the on start, let's click for on start, navigate to main screen. So don't forget this, otherwise when the app would start, would just load nothing. So let's click play. So there you go. So you can user, I just add an image. I'll just add the same image again and click scan and send data. So this is sending data, and there you go, send data. Let's go back, let's go to officer. There you go. Now 2 entries are being as I'm doing it from the same location, it would even change, but so the user would just go around and adding the image. Yes, we can also add directly camera field. You have the input to like add directly from the camera to. You can do this also. For the tutorial basis, I'm not doing it because I want you guys to do it. So you can do this also. I have also implemented. I'll also show that in the demo. So if you go back, and the database would show here. So yes, so this is a basic demo of how to create your own incident reporting app. You can use this for various applications. You can use it for garbage detection. You can use it for many things. You can I would suggest for these people who are who are going alone. I might say that if they're facing danger, they would just click the button here and it would automatically like trace their location and everything. So yes, thank you for watching, and let's go to the phone demo. Let's go. Now we are back to my mobile screen. So as you can see, I did some work on my mobile screen. I have added the password checker thing. I added live streaming through mobile. I also added how to delete data record from the Excel sheet. Okay, so let's get started. So it's asking like, who are you? Am I a user or am I an officer? So let's click. For now, I'll just click I'm a user, and it's asking for live detection using camera or or detection using from gallery. So for now, let's do detection from image. And if I click the image, it will ask me to select where. Let's go there and click the image that I have. So I did have and scan the get result. So there you go, it's showing 99.9% trash. So let's report this. So let me see, let's see. Okay, my GPS is on. So let's see report location. So it's currently taking my coordinates and sending back. So now the coordinates are added to my database. So let's go back. So I also implemented the same thing on the camera detection. So let's go. So it's the same thing. I also added to my camera. You can see my camera. So it's the same thing, like you click it and get the report, and you can also report the location. So let's go back here. Let's go back here, and as it is added. Now let's say I'm an officer. So we can directly go to our map console. I'll show you the password thing later. So it's asking to go to map console. We'll go to the map console, and let's see. So these are the database that has entry, like these are the longitude and longitude. So these are the previous things. So it was highlighted. So these are the things that are testing. so this is the place. So this was the the latest record that has been recorded in this database. So it's showing that it's like, so here's the place that I live. So I did some testing to my friends from different locations. This was, I don't know, this was a random location my laptop was catching. So yes, you can, so by selecting by hand the automatic change, and the GPS location is taken from Microsoft's Bing API. You guys, you can see at the bottom there's 2020 Microsoft Corporation, and on the bottom left side it's showing Bing. So you can so the officer would automatically see. So for the deleting the data records, I just kept a password protection. So because anyone could go into this and delete the database record. So we don't want that. So if I type the wrong password, so let's for the night A B C D E. So if I do this and click enter, it would just not enter because it's a wrong password. So for this I use my brother's name. So let's click enter. There you go. And there's an option you can change the password here also. So the string which is same here is checked with the previous one. Okay, so I have this 4 records in here that's showing these were the records in here. So I'll just select it and click so you can select it from the arrow keys here. So if you click here and click remove data, so it's currently trying to remove it, and there you go, it's vanished. And if you go back, you go to M1 officer, go to my console, and there you go, the entries vanish. And if you go back and we can add it also. So here's the database, and if you go back there, if you go to user and click again, and again if you also report location, so it would add the database back. If you go M1 officer, go to the mem console, and there you go, it's reported back again. So it works pretty good. So it's a pretty good synchronization. So I'll just delete it again, and there you go. So yes, so this is the basic Power App that I wanted to show you. You can even use this in a various scenarios and everything. And yes, there you go. Thanks for watching, and let's go back to our website demo. Hello, welcome back. So now you have seen how my mobile work. I just use this screen to detect and everything. There you can see the language longitudes and everything. So yes, so this was the basic demo I wanted to show, and this was the main motto was to motivate people to do more Power Apps. And this platform actually shows that how easy is Power Apps, how easy it is to create a Power App. You don't need to write 100 lines of code. And as you can see, I just wrote a few snippets of code. I just need to remember a few snippets of code, the programming buttons and everything, and you just be complex and everything, and everything's all done in backend. You don't even need to train. You don't need to write a code to train your model. You can just click train, and if it's quick training, it's in 5 minutes. And if you want to go in more base, you can allocate the time also, and it's pretty accurate, as you can see. So well, yes, so thanks for watching, and feel free to comment below and sell suggestions of how would you implement this kind of reporting system in your ecosystem and everything. So, and feel free also comment below that what further suggestions or ideas that you like me to showcase you. And yes, so I would stop, and hey, thanks for watching, and keep inspiring. Goodbye.